Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today I have some super sparkly and shiny eyeshadows to show you. And these are from LH Cosmetics, the Shimmer Saga. It's just a tiny little quad, very, very small. And here's the inside. We have some curated 4 beautiful shimmer duochromatic shadows. I wouldn't say that they're multi-chromes, but they're extremely, extremely dimensional. And you can definitely layer these over different colors and get all kinds of different results. The palette retails for $42 and it did ship from Europe, so it did cost a pretty penny for such a tiny little palette, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. So basically it's almost like $10 per shadow in here. So I'm going to show you how I created this look with the palette, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. So I'm going to be pairing the quad with the Dollhouse palette. I'm going to be going into this column right here using these shades to pair with the shades. I'm not going to be using all the shades, but I'm going to be using most of the shades. And I did do a reel with the shade Crush, which is like the blue-brown, yellowy green shade. So I'm going to take Plume from the Dollhouse palette, and I'm just going to start basically creating an eyeshadow wing. I have used this palette off camera actually like 2 or 3 times now, and I feel like I have a pretty decent idea on how I feel about it. And I'm just going to connect my lower lash line, and then I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going to take Rogue, and that's going to go right in the edge of that. Blending into the edge. I think I took this a little too far in compared to the other side. And then taking Baby Doll and overlaying that even further. And now I'm just gonna try to match it to the other eye. And I'm gonna be going into Rouge and Plume, just kind of back and forth, making sure that I'm blending these together. Going into Rouge. Definitely a little bit on the thicker side, and then back into Baby Doll, and just really kind of meshing them together. And I'm going to pick up Passion, and I'm just going to put it all over, like above the lid, but a little bit on the lid, so overlaying on the liner. So this has like a really interesting greeny blue base, but it has like a pink sparkle to it. And then I'm going to take a super dense brush. This is the Refer 12. So this is technically kind of like a blending brush, but I'm going to pick up some of that. I needed something stiff to really be able to spread it around and blend it. And I'm going to kind of take it downwards just a little bit. And I'm using Success on the inner corner as the inner corner highlight. And then underneath the lower lash line, I'm going in with Love, and I'm going to spray my brush just a little bit to just really help spread this out underneath my lower lash line. Going back in with a little bit more. And I'm just going to bring it all over underneath. So the way it like layers over the Plume shade is so pretty. Here's the finished look. I have such mixed feelings on this palette. Not that I don't like it, and not that I absolutely love it and I feel like you need to run out and buy it. I think it's kind of like an in-between. If this palette was less than $42, I would say definitely an amazing option, especially if you're Europe-based and ordering from US indie brands is extremely expensive, then this would be a great option. And it still might be even at $42. I'm not really sure how that would really break down, and I think it's really totally up to you and what is worth it to you. But the pans are really, really small. I think that if these pans were regular size pans, I'm trying to find, like, let me just show you like a Clionadh shadow pan next to one of these to get an idea, because I do feel like these are just so tiny. So you have 1.5 grams of product in the Clionadh shade. Now they look pretty similar, but I don't know how deep the pans are in the palette, but it does say there's only 3.2 grams of product. So that's literally like half of what's in here. And that's just like 4 shades. So I think that's the really main thing to consider in this palette. Is it worth it to you? Do you feel like it's worth it for you? If you have lots of eyeshadows from all the different indie brands, then I think you're all set. But that being said, I do really, really enjoy this palette. I have been reaching for it when I do need to go into the office, just for that extra little sparkle. I did do a reel with the shade Crush in case you're interested in seeing that one in action. And then in this video, I featured the other 3 shades. You can layer these. You can have so much fun. They're really, really beautiful. They're not flaky. They're not dry. They don't accentuate skin texture. They look really, really beautiful and dimensional. And I think this is a great little quad, but it's just so expensive. So really, for that reason, I would say wait for a sale, buy it during a sale. I think this palette is supposed to be like a great everyday palette for some beautiful dimensional shimmers. Throw something in the crease, put this all over the lid, and you're good to go. So let me know in the comments below if you bought this palette or if you do feel like it's worth it and you do plan on buying it. I would love to hear that. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There is so much sparkly eyeshadow content outpouring my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.